Hi everyone, my name is Mark Miola and I'm a librarian here at CCP. And this is a short video about the topic of how to choose a topic for a research paper and how to use library resources and librarians to help you do that. If you're doing a research paper or an assignment that involves research, this can be a little different than assignments where you are given something to read, say a textbook or an article, and you have to read it and sort of report back just on that article or textbook, right? So this assignment is a little different. You have to go out and find your own research, and it's a useful skill to have. We call it information literacy, and it's one of the college's 6 essential skills. And some of the things that can help you choose a topic are your own interest, right? Because if you find it meaningful and you're engaged with it, you're going to be more motivated and write a better paper. And also the significance in terms of, are other people interested and writing about it? And that's going to determine how much information you find about it. So if you choose a topic that you are really interested in, but not so much other people, it's not to say that it's a bad topic. It's just it's going to be harder to find information because people are not writing about it. I had a student once who wanted to do a paper on the history of surfing, and I think he had to find peer-reviewed articles on it. And, you know, I'm sure he was very interested in it. I don't think we found a lot of peer-reviewed articles. So might have not have been the great topic for that paper. So how can we use library tools to do that? Well, so one thing I like to recommend is to start at Google, right? And just Google your topic and see what's out there, if you have a topic, right? So last year I used vaping as an example topic, and it turned out there was so many interesting articles on vaping last year. Just this vaping thing sort of just exploded, and it felt like every week there were new aspects of the topic that came out. So it was really interesting, but I haven't researched it since. So I just want to see like what's going on with vaping right now. You know, a lot of these search boxes like Google and also the library databases have this autocomplete feature or auto-suggest, I guess. And so it suggests things that you can search. So, you know, maybe vaping and coronavirus you might want to search, or just for now, I just want to stick with my original, just one word topic, vaping. And your topic could be one word. Some people, you know, have a whole sentence, and, you know, Google is so flexible that you could throw your whole sentence in there and see what happens. Okay, now, as you know, Google searches the entire internet. So you are going to need to be careful and evaluate some of the things that you find, evaluate everything that you find. And, you know, there are other videos on how to evaluate information, so we're not going to go too much into that. But, you know, it can give you a really good overview and feeling for some of the things that are happening with your topic. So, for example, there's news available through the internet, news from, you know, legitimate, credible sources. This is a major news network, NBC. You know, there are also clickbaity things and things that are not so reliable. Again, you have to evaluate. But this story right here, big drop reported in vaping by US teenagers. So here's something new that's happening since last year. So a number of teenagers who are vaping has changed. So one sort of annoying thing about the free internet is a lot of these ads that pop up and can make things difficult to read. But anyway, so here's a story from NBC News. There's video associated with it. it's from the Associated Press, and it just kind of puts the current information that vaping is dropping among high school students in context of last year. So right away, I know that something new has happened, and I might write about that. What has happened? Why have teenagers stopped vaping? So it's good, I think, to, even if your professor is a little nervous about the internet, it's good to sort of get a feeling for what is out there, and as long as you know some things about evaluating, .gov and .org and .edu, the internet is a very useful tool. So that's one thing you can use the internet, just Google, to find out what's currently happening. Some of these stories, they're very up to date, one day ago. Very useful. It's useful to do this also to get some vocabulary. Sometimes when you're first starting out with your topic, you don't know too much about it. So you need other words to further search and possibly narrow your topic down. So one of the things we're doing is we're searching for a topic, and we might also be starting the process of narrowing it down, or looking at an aspect of this topic that we want to focus on. Okay, so we can do the same thing. Now, what's great about being a CCP student is that you not only have access to the internet, but you also have access to our library databases, right? So to get to these databases, you always want to be logged in to my CCP. Let me try to do that now. Sometimes if I may have logged into my CCP earlier and maybe it knocked me out or something, but okay, it looks like I'm still logged in. So I logged into my CCP, I go to student, and I go to library, and now I can access these library databases from off campus. And this search box right here is called Summon Search, and it's probably the most similar to Google in that when you search this, you are searching all the library databases at once, almost as if you were searching all the internet at once. This one, you're searching all the library databases at once. So again, same idea here. You can use it to get a feeling for what's out there. And here, one of the things we could do, we could limit it to peer-reviewed, just to see, are there any peer-reviewed articles on my topic, right? Remember the history of surfing example, there were not that many. I just want to see, okay, yes, here's one from the New England Journal of Medicine. Here's another one, Adolescent Vaping and Nicotine Use, 2017 to 2018, U.S. National Estimates from New England Journal of Medicine. Okay, so if you are required to use peer-reviewed sources, you can check to see if there are any or how many there are on your topic using this library database called Summon. Okay, you could limit it to full text. All these limiters you could go into when we talk about how to use Summon. But again, this is another tool that you can use to browse your topic. Similarly, there are other databases you can use. I'm going to go back to the library homepage. And this time, instead of using the Summon box, I'm going to go to databases. And there's a few in particular that I think are good for browsing topics. And one of them is opposing viewpoints. Okay, so this one is called Opposing Viewpoints in Context. You get to it by, when you're on the library homepage, instead of going to this box here, you click on this link here, databases, and that takes you to the A to Z database list, eventually takes you to opposing viewpoints. And I like this database a lot. Like I said, it's good to browse. So if you have no clue, what your topic is, you can browse some of the topics that they have listed here. Again, you want to pick something related to your pathway or something you're interested in at the moment. If you just want to browse in general, you can browse all these topics here, gentrification. And then they have like a nice overview of the topic. And then they also link to academic journals, magazines, news. So it's just the beginning of you getting to know more about topics and whether or not you want to choose one. Okay, so that's opposing viewpoints. Another one is called issues and controversies, and a similar idea. We're going to go to the A to Z list. We're going to go to I. And again, the tool or the technique here is we're browsing and we're seeing if anything sort of strikes a spark in us. Oh yeah, I'm really interested in coronavirus, or I'm really interested in reparations or monuments, and let's see what else is up. So you can browse, you can use this browse. You can also search in here and the other one. Okay. And again, you always have to evaluate when you do this kind of search. But so these are two databases that I think are useful for browsing. Okay. Now, another technique that you can use in our databases, once you have some kind of idea of where you want to go with your topic, is you can start to do some keyword searches with and, right? So the word and is a very powerful way to narrow your topic down, right? So vaping and teenagers is going to give you different results than just vaping. So once you have a vocabulary, then you can start using this and tool, right? And it's just a way to narrow, just an easy way to narrow vaping and teenagers. And again, same process of seeing what's out there. And you can do that in all of them. Just to show you, see, how do I go back sometimes? Other databases we have that are popular, EBSCO and ProQuest. And in EBSCO, you can go in here. And what's nice about EBSCO and ProQuest is they have these search boxes where you can, it's easy to do the and search. So they kind of laid it out for you, right? So vaping and, oh, and one of the nice things about EBSCO is they have this auto suggest for or. So vaping or electronic cigarettes or e-cigarettes and teenagers or adolescents or young adults. So using the auto suggest for different terms for vaping and the auto suggest for different terms for teenagers, and then the and to combine those two. And you're on your way, right, to creating a nice focused search. Okay. Okay, so this is just a start to give you some ideas about how to search for topics that interest you, and also how to find out like what's out there, what other people are writing about. Another tool or resource that you can use are the librarians here at CCP, and you can work with us on narrowing your topic, right? So sometimes it's helpful to just bounce your topic off someone, particularly someone whose job it is to help people narrow their topics, right? So we do get students asking us these questions of like, how do I find articles on my topic? So we become familiar with the terms, we become familiar with what's out there. So I definitely suggest if you're having trouble, narrowing your topic down or finding information on a topic, is you use our Ask a Librarian service, and you can chat with us, you can text us. I think chat is the most immediate while we're open. And you can also how to meet with a librarian, you can set up an appointment on Starfish with us. So you can, just like you set up an appointment with your advisor, you can set up an appointment with a librarian, and we can work with you one-on-one to help you in this phase of your research. So to review, topic selection is important. What you choose as a topic could matter. You know, the choice of a topic could be the difference between like writing a really good paper and not, depending on like what's out there, how interested you are in it, how passionate, you know, you feel about it, because usually it's easier to write something that we feel strongly about. So topic selection is important, and there are library tools that you can use to help you. The internet, evaluating sources from the internet, seeing what's out there, using the library databases, and using librarians through our Ask a Librarian service or through appointment. Let me leave you with our Ask a Librarian screen. I hope this was helpful, and I wish you good luck on your research paper.